Well, it's just factually inaccurate on so many different levels. I don't understand why you wrote it like that.
Window lickers, chaos goblins, anybody in your house, if you're out there and part of the household, thank you for joining me and my co-host of co-host, the chaos goblin himself, the truth sayer of IYH. He is Kevin Kalloway.
That's me.
He is my friend. How goes it, Kevin?
It's going all right. It was an eventful weekend of wrestling.
Let's talk about it.
And I think it's just time to dive right in because I think we got a lot to talk about today. So,
very true. And there's a battle axe, 2 battle axes behind you.
There are.
So if war happens in Kevin's living room, he's gonna survive that, everybody.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if I've ever shared this on stream, but I actually collect weapons, so I have quite a weapon collection. That happens to be 2 of them.
That's what we love, because guess what, fans? Fallout's premiering tonight, and Kevin's prepared. He's ready to go. Any ghouls coming through that door, he's splitting heads and
right through the noggins. I've been quietly preparing for Fallout / Left 4 Dead scenarios since I was, I think, 11.
I love it. I love it, and that's why he's here, and he's one of our guys who's a definite insight for the in-ring. He's our expert between the ropes. He's gives great insight on a lot of what we try to break down weekly. That's a unique take you get here at In Your House. Not many are doing it, and if they are, they're professional and they got a name behind them. I don't know, Bully Ray, he does really well behind the mic.
Yeah,
I like his stuff. Real quick, before we get into everything, of course, we got the Fallout 2 season premiere tonight at 9. Special announcement. I'm going to do a watch along season premiere, 9 o'clock. Be ready if you're into the Fallout series. I just rewatched it right before we went live. Amazing stuff. Can't wait. Been waiting so long for season 2. For the story to continue for Lucy, Maximus, and the ghoul. But real quick, a lot of things have happened in the real world.
Always is.
A guy who put all aside whatever arguments that have happened, because before all of this rhetoric about government and politics entered his brain, Rob Reiner was one of the best movie makers out there.
It really was.
If you want a moment created in history to where you could sit down and watch, I mean, for people our generation, Kevin, I could sit down and watch his movies with my grandparents and enjoy it and hear stories that they would tell me, my uncles, things like that. Him and his wife.
The man's a legend.
Complete legend. And he was a comedian. He TV was his life. Movies was his life. He created.
He kind of did everything within Hollywood. Like if you look back, minus I don't know how much he did like stage plays, but everything else I think he pretty much did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. He produced, he directed, he acted, comedy, drama, all like he was an all around talent. But him and his wife were tragically murdered this weekend by what reports are saying now is they have the son, one of the sons in custody. He's had some mental health issues and addiction problems. Not making excuses, just giving what has been said. So on both sides, hopefully that family gets some type of relief internally soon, hearts wise, and hopefully the young man gets some help, because that's a heavy burden to hold the rest of your life. And
realistically, I just shared a little Facebook status on something like this earlier.
Go ahead.
I think it goes to a broader point in the end. So I posted something earlier, and it was, not all your opinions are winners, and sharing all of them on social media for the world to see and interpret only creates a time capsule of both your ignorance to subjects individually and your hubris as a whole to believe you have all the correct answers. I say that to say this. As much as social media can be a tool business-wise to get your names out there and things like that, it can also be a huge detriment, not just to your own happiness, but the more that you spread those things, the more you overall hurt the general dichotomy of everyone else. Because unless you know for a fact that you are absolutely 100% correct, chances are there's some level of interpretation that says you're wrong. And even if you are 100% correct, there is going to be a separate interpretation now, because the internet is how it works, that you are wrong. So I again say that to say this: believing everything on the internet can lead to a lot of mental health crisis. And as a not just a professional wrestler, but a special education high school teacher who goes through gen ed populations, I haven't seen a young generation as affected and as mentally in crisis as they are right now. And social media, in my opinion, and I don't have everything metrics in front of me, but in my opinion, social media is most to blame. I do believe that there's some level of the economy, because if more parents are working, they spend less time with their kids. So there is that aspect too. But the internet's rise and social media is a larger to blame, in my opinion, because now students and children, teenagers, even adults, they're not making connections via real life scenarios where you're talking to a person. They're making connections through chat groups, discords, people they've never met in their lives, have never seen in their lives. They're hoping and praying what they hear on the internet is correct. And with every passing generation, the more that we perpetuate it as adults, the more that they will believe everything that they hear on the internet. And that's exactly what I was taught not to believe by a generation now that seems to believe everything on the internet. So this is my public service announcement for the day.
Hi.
Please, your social media is not a place to just spew shit and to start being assholes to each other, because it's teaching a whole new generation to be assholes to each other. And they're looking to you to be the person who can actually be a role model, no matter if you want to be a role model or not. You're in a public goddamn space. You're a role model whether you want to be or not. Anyone who sees that, any kid, any cousin, any whatever, you just inadvertently taught them that being an asshole is okay.
Yeah. Hey, and Kevin's speaking truth. A couple weeks ago, me and him had a talk after a show, and I've successfully, since that day, I think it's been 3 weeks now. I have every day, every morning before I go into work, I go through my history, and all the spewing of hatred and nonsense I've put out there, I've been taking away. I mean, I'm not making like apology tours or things like that, but I am correcting my verbiage in the world of that. Whether it takes away my digital footprint on that, who knows? But I'm at least doing something. I'm being proactive.
And it's also about making sure that you can look at in the future, look at a post and go, hey, like, is this the call right now? Like, is this a good take?
Yeah.
Or is this something I should post? Because it's perfectly valid to have an opinion. I think one of the great fallacies that we've created is that all opinions are equal. I don't actually believe that that's true.
I agree. 100%.
More educated on a subject. So, for example, my opinion on the inner workings of a wrestling promotion is more valid than yours, Voice. Not because you're a bad person, but because I have more experience in the back.
100%.
That's just how it works. Whereas, like, you will probably have more expertise on let's just use this. You set up and host all of these things. You have more expertise on our digital platform. I do not have that because I haven't done all of that. So now I am my opinion is less important than yours on that front because you know and understand how those things work.
Mm.
So the great fallacy again is not all opinions are actually equal. They just aren't.
Yeah.
Because if you have a more educated point of it where you've studied it, that is a more valid opinion than just hearing some shit on the internet going, I researched it and saw a YouTube video, and then just like, oh, I'm an expert now. No, dog.
Yeah.
The economist who's been doing it for 20 years and looking at the economy, they know the economy better than you. You watched
Very
a YouTube video, brother, for 40 minutes.
Very true,
It's
Kevin.
40 minutes you won't get back.
Yeah, it's 40 minutes you're not getting back, and you might have stumbled down some more rabbit holes that you did not
Might
expect
cause
to
other
go.
problems.
Yeah. So keep safe out there, and
Yeah.
Again,
That's my rant for the month. Maybe I'll come
yes.
back next month with a new social media one.
maybe thoughts and prayers out to the Reiner family,
Yes.
and hopefully you guys all and sorry, but this just popped into my head.
Mhm.
The people affected out in Australia,
Yes.
Brown University also.
Horrible week.
It was not a good weekend. But we are people, we are humans of this earth, and we are resilient. We learn, we adapt, and we move forward, hopefully in a better direction. But for me, Kevin, speaking of better directions, WWE is on a better direction, in my opinion. I think it's doing great. This past weekend, we had Saturday Night Main Event. Excellent show, in my opinion. We gave some insight Sunday at the Sunday house party with me and House, and we got real deep into it. So this is Kevin's chance to connect with you, household, here on the platform of what his thoughts were on Saturday Night Main Event. So Kevin, go ahead and take it away.
I guess I'll start from the top of the card, and I'll give a general thing first.
Perfect.
First of all, I liked how this card was set up, and this felt like, I'm not in the back, so I can't know this for sure, but this felt like Cena's footprint of, I want to do this.
Okay.
And because it just felt different.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he sat in the back and agented all the matches and told them all what to do, because I don't think that that's true.
No.
But he set it up to allow a showcase of some of the NXT talent, and they went out there and they tore it down, in my opinion.
100%.
Oba came out there and looked like a menace.
Yeah.
So I saw some people be like, oh, Oba should have just went over. It would have been bigger, impactful. Listen, I won't argue that Oba could have gone over, in the sense that if you really want to make a guy, you put him over the champ. Sure. I would argue neither of them could eat a loss in that scenario. So how they finished it was the right call. It feels more boring in the sense that they have to further something. But if you just had Oba beat Cody Rhodes, why is Drew McIntyre there? Why is he even involved? Now Oba should be first in line. He just pinned the champ. So now you have a disjointed story of Drew McIntyre and Oba going after the same thing. And I don't really want a triple threat. I want 2 singles matches. Cody, Oba, Drew, Cody. I don't need Drew, Cody, Oba. That's not what I need. I want the singles matches. We need more singles matches. Bring back good singles matches, not just multi-man fucking run-a-paloozas.
I agree with you.
A good built singles match. Give that to me. I'm all for chaotic matches if we need it, like Money in the Bank ladder matches, like, tag matches, anything like that. But as far as just that main event, like this is the WWE title match, I genuinely and generally prefer singles matches with a build.
Totally get you.
There are some times where you can do it otherwise, but most of the time I think no. That's my rant there. I think the DQ was the right call, but they showed Oba was a player during the match and he had Cody on the ropes. And I think that was the important takeaway for me.
Yeah, I agree with you, because that was one of the biggest criticisms too I heard before the match. Why Zoba got this? He's not even like, I don't get it. I am not understanding what is about him. And I heard that from a lot of people. And that's a valid point, because maybe you're not looking into the in-depth of NXT, or maybe some of his storylines haven't hit you yet. but they're trying to make it hit. They're using Drew in a fashion that I think makes Drew exciting again. It makes you want to be like, okay, so when he gets back, this is definitely on, right, guys? Right? This is what we're seeing. I'm interested in that because I want to see what Drew brings to the table with a guy like Oba, who desperately right now needs all the good things for your basic fan to get behind him.
Yeah.
Fans who have already adapted to what he's about and how he does a match, they're going to love him, what he's doing.
Yeah.
Easy. But those other fans, that's who you're trying to bring in. And I think this was an excellent way to do it.
Yeah.
And this really gives Drew something to do.
Yeah. And it doesn't necessarily have to go from Drew to Oba right away.
No.
I think this is nice to leave on the burner, quite frankly. You leave it warm.
Okay.
So that when Oba comes up, I think he's going to be a face one way or another. He's too charismatic. He might be able to be a heel later on down the line, but when he first comes in to main roster, I think he's got to be a face.
I have a pitch for you when you're ready.
And then Drew can be one of those feuds that he has down the line, and that'll really make Oba, because Drew really is a guy. I as a worker, I'd like to see him get more wins, but as a businessman, he continues to make himself effective even when he's not winning. So he doesn't necessarily need all of the wins. He needs some of the wins so that he can keep being a menace. Drew is a menace at heart. He's not like the winner of winners. He's a menace, and he needs a new reason to be a menace, and then he's effective as a character.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear you say that on one side of this, because I think this might pique your interest.
Okay,
but
hit me.
Because of where you're at in IYH, I'm really looking forward to this. So I pitched an idea with Oba and Drew in which we do get this quicker than what I think you're thinking we'll get it. And the reason why we do that is because Drew beats Oba for the NXT championship. And then he goes down, and it's not a downgrade, but to be that menace, to give him that reason to be a thorn in everybody's side. He's the heavyweight champion. He's the big dog down in the little pen, pushing everybody around. Now, for me, because I have said publicly on the show multiple times, Drew has become lackluster for me. He's become dull. I'm not too into it because it's the same storylines with him. But if you give me Drew McIntyre doing what he's been doing, but against the NXT talent and kind of just being that veteran asshole, I would love something like that. He doesn't have to be down there long. He wouldn't have to do a long stint there, but would that interest you? Does that pique your interest on Drew McIntyre's journey?
On a personal part, yes, I like it because artistically, I think it gives him something. Artistically and booking wise, I think it gives him something to be a menace for. I would worry if you take him out of the spotlight of the main roster that he might feel lesser than even at the end of it.
I don't need that.
And that's what you'd want to avoid.
Yes.
So
exactly.
So again, like if we're looking at a booking thing to make it interesting for me to watch, then yes, but I don't want it to sacrifice Drew at the end of it, because if he has to stay down there and then lose to someone on NXT, again, unless that NXT person's immediately coming up to the main roster, like immediately, then he just got beat by a guy who on a brand that's still viewed as developmental. That could potentially hurt Drew.
But okay, now if it's a multi-man match,
that would be different in the sense that you just can't pin Drew.
Okay. So I think there would be a way.
There's a way to do it.
There's a way to do it, and there's a way for when Oba's winning, like he's got some really good things behind him. You reinsert Drew, and Drew's like, "Hey, I took your title from you," and then all these good things. So I don't know. I don't know where they're going. I like what they got going now.
I think they got some winners with it. And speaking of more winners, Sol Ruka getting her first main roster win. I liked the match. I liked the match. She's very athletic. I think in watching that match, I think Sol Ruca still has to find ways to work on the fly a bit more. In the sense that, like, if things go out, she was in there with Bailey, so you didn't notice it as well unless you had an eye.
Okay.
But she would just do a half step of like, oh shit, what's next for a match. And that's okay if you have someone in there who's a veteran worker like Bailey, just a worker of workers. Holy crap, is she good?
Yeah, she's amazing.
Amazing. It's less nice when you don't have that in the ring. Because if you have someone in there like, and we'll get to this later, but like if you have someone in there like Ivy Nile who has less experience, you don't have someone to be like, hey, bam, slow down, let's get back to the thingy.
Yeah.
It's just going to be like, what do we do with our hands? And that's when you start getting the matches where it's like, oh shit, something went wrong. And that's when everybody notices. So you didn't notice with that match unless, again, I noticed twice, but nobody else noticed.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't notice.
But that's not a shot at Sol. It just means she's got so much more to go, and she's so athletic. She's such a prospect. I think that she is going to be a big-time player, and giving her this win here was a good call.
Yeah, I agree on that one.
I would argue that Bailey needs something soon to feel like something.
True. 100% on that.
Not in that she needs like a huge string of wins or like to win the Intercontinental title. Like she doesn't need to win any of that. She just needs a couple wins to reestablish herself again against prominent opponents. Like have her beat someone like, I don't know, Nikki Bella just randomly somewhere down the line. Doesn't have to be now because it seems like Nikki's going to be in the title picture a little longer.
It does seem like that.
But like just someone more prominent like that, just a quick win, good to go.
Hey,
TV win.
I can agree with you on all of that. Real quick, let me hit a highlight of that match.
Yeah.
Last 3 to 2 minutes of that match. Wow.
Yeah.
Both of them, both women in that match, just fantastic work. I absolutely loved it. We got hits in our chat real quick. Yep. We got Ken chiming in. He was saying she was awesome when we were talking about Bailey and Sol. And then we also have OG Tony saying, hey guys, have you seen Cody attacking Drew at Drew's house clip?
I have not watched the clip yet, but I know of its existence. Damn, words are hard.
It came out finally.
I know of its existence, and that's how I knew Drew was going to continue on with Cody too in my head. But yeah, it's clear the direction they're going based on how they ended that match. And I didn't watch the clip, but I assume they're trying to escalate it further and further personally. And I think that's
they will.
That's a good call in the end because you want to make it more personal.
Home invasion, Cody.
Do we get this match at the Rumble? I think we get this match at the Rumble. Why not? I think they can stretch it until Rumble.
Yeah,
I think that's possible.
They both do good work on camera, doing promos and hyping stuff up. So I think we can get it till Rumble.
There isn't another like Saturday night main event or something, right?
No, I don't
think before the Rumble. So. Am I wrong?
I don't.
I'm double checking. Hold on. Let's see here.
Now Cody has jumped up to unlawful entry from Cody, from Daniel Garcia. You are correct. I can't say anything against that.
Oh, there is another Saturday night main event right before Royal Rumble.
Please,
why?
Stop.
Just why? Dude, I'm in wrestling fatigue sometimes with all these events.
OG Tony's saying going to be a stipulation match.
It will be. My assumption, my heart says street fight because it's easy to do and to get across it. Well, I guess my mind says street fight. My heart wants something more, like a last man standing or a Hell in a Cell.
That would be fun.
That's where my heart wants, but my gut and my mind says street fight, something like that.
That's
It'll
probably
be
where
no DQ so they can hit each other with weapons.
True.
I'll do quick on this one because I do want to get to Raw. I don't want to take up all the time. Tag match. Oh my God, Jesus Christ! Just sign Leon Slater. Just bring Javon Evans up. Make him a tag team for a year. Why not?
Yeah.
Split them up. They can both do singles things. Holy shit.
Yeah. I
Jesus Christ.
I said so much about Javon and Leon on Sunday and
Javon,
AJ and
Javon
Dragon
is the
Lee.
second coming of Jeff Hardy, and I will
Yeah,
die on that hill.
Dude,
He is the second coming of Jeff Hardy without the drug problems.
dude,
And
I
that
am
is a dangerous combination.
I said to the household, I think he's got the RVD charisma too.
Yep.
He's one of a kind.
Mm-hmm.
People, younger generations relate to him. Older generations like, why do you like this? Oh, because he can. Okay, I get you,
Yep.
and then you catch on. I love the kid.
Yeah, he's great. AJ Styles is still also one of the GOATs ever.
He's still amazing. He's so good.
Like late 40s, and he's still keeping up with everyon. It's
Yeah,
wild.
I can't wait to see Hurricanrana clips when he's 80 in the nursing home, and it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. And then finally, main event. I'll keep my thoughts as succinct as possible. I believe they did the absolute correct thing in the main event. I know it's not the exciting thing. I know it's not necessarily, well, it's not exciting in that moment.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the most like romantic thing, as in like closing this huge chapter in everyone's story, wrestling, where you want that last big pop. I actually, just to talk about another one real quick, I actually disagreed with how they ended Sting's career, not because like doing the match, but like why put him over and have him keep the belts and then just do a tournament for the belts in AEW? I understand the want. I understand the desire to get that big, like, oh my God, he won his last hurrah, high five, see you later. Like, that's good. But then the next show happens.
Yeah.
And with Cena tapping out for the first time in 20 years to Gunther, Gunther is now a made man. He is a made man. It's over. The crowd hates him. I saw people flipping off television sets in pictures on social media.
Me too.
They hated it so much. I saw group after group after group get mad, and all I could think of was my trainer, Truth Martini, in my head, looking over at somebody and going, "Did it work?" And it did.
Yep.
Everyone got worked. And that is glorious.
Yes.
Revel in the fact that you got worked.
Yes.
Please, because that means you're a fan who cares.
Yes.
Don't just look at Triple H and go, wow, you chose to do this. No. Take the story for what it is and get worked. Hate the man. Fucking hate him, because it's going to make you enjoy the product more.
Dude, let me say this, fans. The in your house chat on the actual text messages through the phones, Jones has replaced our picture with Gunther with a diamond grill. All in black and white. It's amazing. I love it.
If he showed up to a show with that,
it would be fantastic. I agree with you, Kevin. They have struck oil again when in the WWE when it comes to how to progress a story. You're killing a legend, figuratively.
Yeah.
You're killing that legend. There needs to be something that took that legend out. And what a guy of John Cena's career, his size, his immense power, just walking through the backstage, you need a monster. And the fact that they had that moment where Cena, you seen that look on his face where it's, I don't want to set the world on fire, and he just taps. He taps.
I loved how he sold it too, because he was like this. He's fighting, and then all of a sudden you could see the clenching stop.
It's
like he knew he couldn't get out. It was over.
Yeah,
the ride was over.
The only way to get the release is to say, I'm done.
I'm done. I quit.
And then him leaving everything in the ring, everybody coming out, hitting the mats, the video montage. And again, I know this name is going to start up a lot of people, but the vignette of Vince talking about
be on there.
He had to be. There was no way around it.
No.
Anybody else, you can probably get around it not showing Vince.
Yeah.
This guy, you cannot. And I did see a little people talking out there about John and him getting a little emotional when he's seen Vince.
Duh.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Vince got behind a guy and made him. Like without Vince McMahon, there wouldn't be a John Cena.
Nope.
I listen. Everything alleged against the man is absolutely heinous. And I say alleged because I don't think anything's been proven yet. But like, if any of that's true, like burn him at the stake. But for this specific guy in this specific scenario, he was basically handpicked by Vince McMahon after he saw something in him and shot to the top.
Yeah.
And Cena, love him or hate him, for almost 15 years, I think, carried the company. Without John Cena, WWE could have went under. There's a possibility.
They were talking about selling way back then.
There's been talk of selling for a long time.
Yeah.
They like Cena helped make so many stars in the end that they didn't have to. Cena helped make CM Punk. Cena helped make further, I guess, Orton. Cena helped make Edge.
Cena also helped making Vince's image of being a tyrant takeover of promotions a little less, because he was associated with Cena,
and
he
wasn't a goddamn saint.
Exactly. There's a rub from Cena, no matter what angle you're going at. If you're around the man and you're doing business with him, there is a rub you get,
and it's a positive one.
It is, and you better be very careful with what you do after with it, because it can make or break you.
Yeah,
easily.
But
I thought it was a great event.
I agree. Speaking of that, though, we jump right into Raw, because who opened Raw, baby? Gunther.
Let's hear about it.
Raw. And boy, that was the loudest booing I've heard since Lesnar came out after beating the streak, and since Roman came out to a 10-minute chorus of boos after beating Taker at Mania the next year, and then simply taking the mic to his mouth and said, "This is my yard now," and left.
Yep.
That's all he said. A chorus of boos. And that's, again, that goes back to the point. He's a made man now.
Yep.
He didn't, and you know what? I did the math. He didn't just retire Cena this year. He retired Goldberg, which means now he has a track record of retiring people. And I got some theories, voice. We have 3 people who could potentially retire in the next year.
Let's hear it.
One of them was leaning on his car as he left, and that's AJ Styles.
Yeah, that's the sad one.
Styles, mark it down in your calendars, boys and girls. When his contract is near up, Gunther will be who retires him. You know who else is probably going to retire in the next year or so? Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Mark your calendars, ladies and gentlemen, because on Brock's last match, who will beat him? Gunther.
They already pretty much have an event. SummerSlam is going to
in
be
Minneapolis.
Last one.
Who else? Haven't seen Orton around in a while. He'd love to get a knockout. He'd love to go out on his back. Who's going to retire Orton? Mark it down in your calendars, ladies and gentlemen. Gunther.
You're killing me, man.
Good.
I know, but this is what we want. This is what we need. Yeah, I agree with you there, Tony G. Perfect. And your next comment at that.
I don't know if AJ will be Mania, but it will be next year, because he said he won't re-sign. This is his last contract.
Yeah, and Brock has been talking.
Brock's been pretty vocal about it too.
SummerSlam, he's pretty much done. What else can he do in this industry?
There's nothing more for Brock to do.
And if you want
collect a paycheck, which he loves to do, but
and I mean, honestly, if you want to push storylines, Brock's got to go if you want Gunther to be that big monster.
I would suspect that Gunther will win either from Cody, his title, or from CM Punk, his title. If I was a betting man, I'm going to say Cody.
I think so.
Because I think Punk's got too much business with other people.
Yep.
And I think Braun Breaker is a better next champ for that one.
Yeah. Too
But
much.
as far as face of the company title, it's always been the WWE title. And who better to make the face than the guy who's the biggest asshole? So that
Totally
you can
agree.
build him up to beat him later.
I fucking love it, Kevin. We're on the right mindset wavelength going on here. I'm there with you on that one. I honestly, CM Punk, you have such limited time, and you're in the fire right now. You are getting the brand hot, so keep going with it. I don't mind him being champ because there is a lot of people out there creating good storylines with him. I want to see Cody Gunther. I want to see that. I think that'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right. So Kev, what do we got next on the docket?
Well, the next, I don't remember the order of things, but let me just jump to something
I
that
think
I
it was
enjoyed.
the women's match.
Was it the women's which one? The Maxine and Ivy match?
Maxine and Ivy. I think that's what followed.
I think you might be right. And I was very impressed by this match for two people who aren't really like veteran, like workers.
True.
And wrestlers. Like they went out there and they did well. And it was a good match. And I have to hold this up again because it's this necessity.
Mm-hmm. That is the discussion right there.
The necessity right there, because for those new to this this sticky note, this is the date in which that voice predicted Ivy would be released. Well, sorry, released by,
and if I am right, one of our longtime listeners has to buy some merch, some voice merch to be specific. And if he doesn't, I forget what I have to do, but we'll go back we'll go back in the chat and we'll figure that out.
We'll find that out in post.
We'll find that out. I got to find out what I'm doing. But here's a question before we move on from that specific thing. Was it enough for you to feel confident that they're going to start pushing Ivy on TV again?
I think no. And the reason I say that is not because Ivy didn't do something with this, because I think she did. She made the most of her opportunity.
She did.
I think that this match was simply to set up that Maxine is dangerous. Gotcha. It wasn't about Ivy, but Ivy did enough to show management, hey, you can rely on me and do the things.
Gotcha.
Whereas the match was actually about Maxine and proving that she deserves this title.
Very true. Very true. All right. So next topic, Kevin. Which one do we want to go with? Because there's so much. We could talk
about anything, really. I'll hit this one real quick. I love the direction of the tag division because we have four. And well, one just got injured. I'll say three. Three very strong tag teams in AJ style. I'm gonna call it Dragon Styles because I don't like them saying AJ Lee because it confuses me because there's literally
very
an AJ
confusing.
Lee. I don't like it. So I'm gonna call them Dragon Styles because I think that's cooler.
I like it. Yeah. Tasting back to the 80s.
Yeah. Dragon, baby.
Yeah.
So we have Dragon Styles, we have New Day, and now the reintroduced Usos. This like trio of tag teams could main event a pay-per-view. And I think they have the work rate and the ability to do that. And I love that because if you don't have people who feel like a big deal in the tag division, then the tag division feels irrelevant.
True.
But if the tag division has a bunch of nice battleships in it, we can build up the other ships in the tag division simply by working with them. Hey, like the War Raiders are going to look better working with them rather than just idling by and doing whatever. Yeah. Even if the Usos is temporary and Jay is going for a heel turn, they can still put over guys to make them look better long term. So I don't even disagree with that. It's just that we can utilize the Usos where they are right now, even if they're heading towards a break. And the tag division in general is I like where it's headed. I like where
No, and I I remember you saying that when you were starting that conversation that there I mean, we don't need the Usos as a tag team forever.
No.
For this moment, this is where they fit. This is where
Mhm.
it's perfect. Real quick, we went into yeah, I did dress up, Nick. Thank you. Thank you for noticing my old college sweater. It's a little cold in the
Hey
basement.
man, I'm in a fucking
Yeah, you're 8 Mile over there, bud.
yeah.
Mom Spaghetti's gonna be up on that.
In fairness, I guess this is my normal dress, so this isn't
Yeah,
dressing.
Kevin, this is kind of how I've seen you a majority of the time when I
Pretty
see
much.
you.
I'm in the comfort of my own home.
Yeah. Anyways, CM Punk really, for me, this promo, he really like sparked something. Old CM Punk. It didn't feel forced. It didn't feel like, oh, what
It
is
didn't
going
feel like he was
on?
scratching for something to say.
Exactly.
It seemed like he had something to say. Like it seemed like he was finally excited for this feud. I'll put it that way.
Exactly. There you go. There was some sense of
He was like,
excitement.
"Oh God, somebody new. Let's do this."
Yeah.
It's not just Seth Rollins for the 10 millionth time.
Exactly. And there seems to be some like they're putting extra on it, the extra heat and everything. I mean, he's going after the Steiner's bloodline and talking
went
shit
after
to
his
him.
wife. So yeah, like
Yeah. I mean, we're in it. I think both of these guys know how to build up a big feud to get it really hyped up and ready to go. So I'm looking forward to this. Outside of that, we had we had Nikki Bella.
We did. Nikki Bella, she inserted herself into the women's title match.
Yes, the Raquel
and Stephanie Vaquer.
Yes.
I don't really know where that's headed, if I'm being completely honest. In the sense that I don't know if Raquel stays in the picture and we get a triple threat. I don't know if we add another person and we make it a fatal 4-way. I just don't know. It's a very interesting way to look at things. And I agree, it has to get mental. This needs to be something big for Punk. But as far as like the women's title match, Stephanie Vaquer hasn't really had that feud that sticks out yet. And it's been a little while, and it feels like they just don't know what to do with her, or like something was supposed to happen. And I guess Naomi's pregnancy probably threw a wrench in things, if I had to guess. And they've been trying to correct ever since, and it hasn't really felt like she's faced the top women in the division, because the top women in the division are off fighting each other for the tag titles.
Yeah.
So, because you have Asuka, Kairi, Io, and Rhea all, beating the teetotaling shit out of each other in the tag division.
They are.
And those are like the largest star females that she could be beating to assert herself. But True. She isn't. Instead, they're trying to assert her as a face against all of the heel women, which I don't think is a bad strategy. But the heels that they're using aren't strong enough as heels yet, because Nikki Bella is a fresh turn of a heel. And Raquel is just establishing herself as a threat singularly again. So it's almost depending on Stephanie Vaquer's overness to get the other two up, like rising tides, lift all boats. But it feels a little disjointed right now, like they're still trying to work out the kinks.
Yeah.
And I'm ready for Vaquer to be established, but I just haven't seen it enough to believe it yet. I love her as a worker and a wrestler. I do like her work, but she's in the realm where she could become a one-trick pony now with her Devil's Kiss move. And that could be a problem, in the sense of like you're essentially just waiting the whole match for that. It's like waiting for Jey Uso to yeet.
Yeah.
And I don't want that to happen, because she's a really good worker. But if she's just going to be the Devil's Kiss spot, then she's going to be a mid-carder forever.
Yeah. And that you might as well only put her in matches in front of Booker T then, because you're only getting a rub off of him for that.
Yeah. And
so
I actually agree with OG Tony too. I think Liv is a better call than Raquel, and it needs to be a singles match. And if we're establishing Vicaire, I think Vicaire's got to beat Liv. And you can get to the point where Liv beats her in the end, but Vicaire needs the initial win just to establish herself over a heel.
Yeah, I mean, you're not bugging me with that pitch there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, before we head out, Kevin, we have 15 minutes left. That's enough for our last segment, and a big segment,
big boy,
because this guy has been disrupting so much shit, and we've been wondering, who is it? Who could this be? Everybody's getting out there. They're pulling up pictures. They're sizing them up.
Dog, I saw people comparing ass sizes.
Dude, insanity.
Everyone went into detective mode with measurements.
Everybody did. It was almost like who put the pipe bomb at Jan 6. That's what we were going over again.
Yeah, I guess.
But anyways, we had another coming out stomping. He stomped Ray in the match, Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio. And came out, gave a stomp. Then CM Punk comes out, throws the title in the ring, brings a chair. Everybody scatters. Mm-hmm. They're off. And then the masked man is up in the stands, only to reveal himself as the one, the only Austin Theory. He is here with a new haircut. He is back.
He looks like someone who could have been a slasher villain.
Yeah,
and I like that. I'm here for it.
He's given me mild Dexter Loomis vibes.
I can see that.
I mean, just mild with the serial killer reference, with the polling and then the stare.
Yeah.
He's
giving me danger vibes, which is good because he was lacking that before.
Very true. Very true. We talked before we went on
a little bit
air, and I told you, this one to me, I could have used 1 to 2 more weeks. We discussed that if they did 1 week, it would have actually ultimately had to been 2 weeks, and I would have been okay with that. I was enjoying this. This was a little bit of something that even if I didn't watch the entirety of Raw, I made sure to check out, was there any more run-ins? Was there anything happening? And then when I went to do that this week, I found out it's him. It's Austin Aries. And we did say that this would be somebody we would enjoy in this moment, in this position. But for me, I would say I enjoyed it, but it too soon. You worked me too soon. You should have backed off. We wouldn't be looking at this possibility of a pregnancy. I mean, come on. There's things that we could have all done.
I think, I think the reveal here was too soon, but it also wasn't, because it either should have been way earlier or just a little bit later. And here's,
well, you mentioned that.
I'll explain.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is either, and I think I know why they revealed it, but I'll get to that in a second. If they do it earlier, it should have been right at War Games.
Yeah. And that's what you said.
Stomped him, take it off. It's Austin Theory. Oh my God. Braun Breaker spears him. 1, 2, 3. Austin Theory is standing over the dead body of CM Punk.
Yeah.
That's your visual. Cool.
It would have been real cool.
And I think that would have been good. The other option, and I think I know why they didn't do this option and they kind of jumped the gun. The other option to me to make an impact was to cost CM Punk the title. And that's when you would reveal him. Because if you reveal him on the title match and he doesn't cost Punk the title, he just causes a DQ or whatever, it isn't as impactful. Even if you reveal him there, because now you've just taken away a title opportunity from someone that you're trying to tease that he's with.
Oh, yeah.
So you've just DQ'd your own people out of it.
That makes sense.
So either Punk has to be cost the title and Breaker's the new champ, which I suspect at this point they weren't planning to do. Or you're costing the people and ruining another part of the mystery. Because there is, I would argue, still a level of mystery to this. And that's that, is Austin Theory with the Vision or not?
Oh, yeah.
They did not reveal that.
Yeah,
And
they
didn't
didn't.
really talk any further about it. I think we're all suspecting the answer is but they very well might not be planning that. They could be keeping it as a 3-piece, basically with Logan and the Bronze. And I think that would be okay too. Or you could kick out Logan, but at that point, if you kick out a heel from a heel group, he feels more like a face, and I don't think they want to go that way with Logan Paul either, because he's just such a good shit-eating heel. Like, why ruin a good thing? It's the intrigue now to me is, what are we doing with Austin Theory?
Yeah.
Because now you've inserted him into a main event scenario. So you're telling me he's not a mid-card player anymore. You got to prove why.
That is very well put, Kevin, because as you're talking and explaining about your thoughts on it, I begin to think, what if Theory isn't with the Vision? What if he's actually with Seth, and he's sent there by Seth to make sure the Vision stays in this box that Seth needs them in until he gets back?
That's possible too.
I mean, there's a lot of possibilities left on the table, even though we know who the man is behind the mask.
You know, it'd be real interesting. What
Feed it to me.
What if he wasn't the only masked man?
Okay. All right.
Because technically, we've revealed one masked man. But we could reveal a second. And that could add a whole nother level of intrigue.
OG Tony's saying, I think Theory will be with Seth. I could see a way where Seth spins this like he needed somebody who was ready to eat, and Austin Theory is ready to eat. And then by just association with Seth, I think that puts Austin Theory up there in main event status.
I agree.
Or at least the fan base is willing to test it out and see if it's going to work.
Yep.
And I'm for that. I like what Austin Theory does. I think he's got some talent behind him. I think that his introduction to us and the way he was fed to us did not help him much.
I think the booking hurt him more than anything else, because
there we go.
The man himself, I will say this, just looking at his body of work, he is one of the most polished and like quick workers since like AJ Styles. Like it's high praise, but I will die on that hill of his fundamentals, and his ability to get to where he needs to get to and make it look effortless and smooth is great. And it's only going to get better because he's super young still.
Yeah.
So that means we got a potential like AJ Styles, Randy Orton on our hands, where we have them in at young and they've already got everything well enough.
Yeah.
Now, how can we make it even better? So now he just needs something that'll give him something to latch onto, a personality, because he had a personality, but it was basically just like, I'm cocky. And it didn't resonate with everyone as much. And then on top of that, the booking really didn't help him, because they pushed him into a spotlight feud with Cena really early, and he was not ready to go toe-to-toe with Cena on a mic. In the ring, he was fine. But by the time they got to the match at WrestleMania, everyone already didn't believe in Austin Theory because of what happened on the mic. So everyone was a lot more harsh about that match at Mania because they already didn't believe Austin Theory.
And that is the gamble that can happen. You risk it. You think you got an idea, and sometimes the fans will just throw that shit right back at you and be like, nah, we're not eating this.
So then he went into the tag division, and the tag division suited him well. And it worked with Waller, but now he's got to go. He's got to go be a singles guy. And this is a really good one. And Seth and Theory have history. So I agree. Like, I think Seth is a good one to pair him with, if that's how you want to go about it, and not put him with Division. Yeah. But at that same point, that means Seth is coming back as a heel to potentially face a heel faction. And that's kind of wonky to me. But we'll see where we're at by the time he comes back, too.
I think in this era, though, I think more of your fan base is going to be sympathetic towards the Joker seeking vengeance, and he's going to be your heel face.
So anti-heroes are pretty, like Stone Cold Steve Austin was an anti-hero.
Very true.
So I'm not saying that Seth couldn't do it. The problem is Theory, if associated with Seth, it's not that he's attacking the Vision, it's that he's attacking Punk and Ray, two beloved guys. So if Seth continues that trend, it's not really an anti-hero if you're just killing faces. So
tomato.
I don't really know why you would split the base on that. Is where what I would question.
Well, because this is my fantasy booking, and that's what I want.
Sure.
I want Seth running out, just capping off people anybody he wants to.
Sure.
I'm down for it. All right, Kev, we got 5 minutes before we take off, and we let everybody to have the rest of your evening. Reminder, 9:00, there will be another stream going up, and it will be Fallout Season 2 watch along with me, The Voice, in which we will go back into the Fallout, the Mojave Desert. They are about to get to New Vegas, and it's the season premiere, so hopefully you join some of you join me for that. And why don't you join Kevin for whatever he's doing outside of where you see him right here? Kevin, take it away.
Well, as always, you can follow me on Kevin Kalloway at Facebook or Kalloway Kevin on Instagram. And you can also catch me at we changed locations. The Hazel Park Community Center, I believe. Defending the New Edge Pro Elevation Championship this Friday. Open challenge. Bring your best rookie boys and try and prove me wrong.
I love it, Kevin. This is going to be fun to talk about next Tuesday. Can't wait to hear all about it.
Ooh, I'll be coming in live from Florida, baby.
Ooh, Florida Kevin is going to be...
Maybe I can get my dad to pop in.
Now, that would be an episode right before Christmas. Santa Claus is real. That's all I got to say. But fans, if you enjoyed this and you want to see more, there's always more. And I'm about to tell you where you can find it. Here, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. This is where you find me and Kevin, where we talk Monday Night Raw. I know there was a lot of Saturday Night Main Event talk, but that's what happens from a PLE, so get over it. We're here now. We're at the end of the show. Should have said it a long time ago. But this is 6 p.m. every Tuesday where we talk Monday Night Raw. Outside of that, Wednesday is the ECW Watch Along. New date. That is where me and House, we sit back and we watch ECW. Again, fans, when we get back into this, because House has a schedule, and it's a schedule I am not a fan of, but I have to work around. So when we get back to it, it will be again Mikey Whipwreck and Tajiri in the 4-way dance. We will go back to that and we will watch it and dissect it and love every moment of it. So come join me in House. Those are Wednesdays at 6 p.m. So we did start a new thing on last week. It is the AEW review show. That's where me and House, we talk AEW. Dynamite. Yeah. If you watch it on Wednesday, you can come talk to me and House on Thursday. And it's a fun time and a new time. So come join us at 6 p.m. also. Lastly, it's the house party. You can join us Sundays. It's a blast. It's around noon. You can be a part of it. You can be in the chat. Let us know your opinions, your thoughts of that past week's wrestling, and we'll let you know ours. So for me, for Kevin, for everybody in IYH, we'd like to say thank you. Merry Christmas, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye. Oh, that thing fucked up. There it goes.